Point of View podcast with your host, the most unknown Truckin Chubbzy, aka Clarence Hampton III. Let's go. Sent your coaches and pros, your X's and O's. This is the fans' point of view and what I know. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it on. Y'all, what's going on out there, everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday up out there, man. Make sure if y'all tuning in, man, go ahead, add and share to your friends and your family, man. You know, a little bit behind the day. That's because them kiddos. I love the babies though, man. I love my babies. You know, this is how we going on, man. Y'all already know what time it is. So I got a whole live show today, man. That's just going to be super dope. I can't wait, man, until everybody goes ahead and comes up in here. We're gonna give it some time real quick. All right. So let me go ahead and get this pulled up real quick. Get this shared to the stream. Go ahead and paste that into the chat so everybody could get up in here. You dig? All right. There we go, right there. All right. All right. Now I'm gonna throw something on real quick. You know what I mean? Just some little tunes or something like that while we sitting here rocking out. We waiting for people to come up in here, man. So let's get everything going on. Man, look. So without, too much into everything, man, it's been an exciting, week for sports, man, and sports news. So much going on out there, man. You can even look at the whole Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel thing. That was funny. That was hilarious. Them two going at it like the way they did. Thought it was hilarious about this Epstein list coming out. Uh, so much interesting things going on. Even the whole little the Cat Williams all debacle and all that. And him being on Club Shay Shay. And look, man, there's so much things going on, but I like to keep it about sports, and as much as possible out here. So that's what we gonna do, man. We gonna talk about the sports. We gonna have a great time, have a great show today, man. I hope that y'all all get up in here and we do just that. The link to the show is in the chat, and I say, you do not have to worry about be your face being out there. It could just be your audio only. You know what I mean? It'll be just be your audio only, just like you'll be called like a call in. And that's it. Just like you're calling into the show, it'll have a screen name, as your screen name is, whatever that may be. And that's it, man. You could come in here as anonymous. You could come in here as whatever you want to. You come in here as whoever you want to. The live link to the show is in the chat right now. So if you want to join in by audio, you're more than welcome to do that. I encourage it strongly so that we can all be able to talk, and you could, you know what I mean? Or you could just jump in the chat and type what you want to say. Let's hope your fingers are faster than your mouth. All right. That's all I got to say about that. But, so no further ado, man. I'm gonna just jump right up into it, man, because we've been out here for a minute. I've been on here for a second, and I'm gonna jump right up into some of these topics here. All right, let's get it going, man. All right, let me get this pulled up here, this story, because as y'all, some people may not know what's been going on in the college football world, and I want to read this before I get into the first topic of today. I want to read this to y'all. Make sure that this is pulled up on my screen here. All right. All right. Let me see. All right. If you're just now tuning in, go ahead and hit that like button one time for me, man. Make sure that you share the show that everybody can get up in here. More people learn about the show, Truckin Chubbzy and all that. I appreciate the views. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. So we're gonna rock out, okay? All right. So it says now, and I do want to give credit to Big Dog Chico. That's another fellow content creator, because I was checking him out earlier, and he broke the story first. He has a whole different take on that. There's plenty of room for us to all eat on a lot of the topics out here. So if you want to hear what somebody another opinion has to say about this, somebody has to say about it, I advise you go check out what Big Dog Chico had to say. I mean, he read it to everybody, and I'm about to give y'all my take on this and how I feel about this situation, particularly on this show. You know what I mean? So it says, according to this is okay, so let's get the writer, let's give credit to the writer first. Okay, so this is CBS Colorado, and this is written by Dylan Thomas, January 4th 2024 at 8 p.m. Okay, I want to give all the credit to the writer. Let's make sure he get his credit. You know what I'm saying? Let's you gotta do that. You have to do that out here. Make sure that people are getting their credit for their work. All right, so it says 5 people have been charged with making threats against a Colorado State University football player after his left tackle on the CU Buffs star Travis Hunter. Let's do that again. 5 people have been charged with making threats against a Colorado State University football player after his late tackle on CU Buffs star Travis Hunter. Okay. Fort Collins police told CBS News Colorado that 4 juveniles and 1 adult now face misdemeanor charges after making threats against defensive back Henry Blackburn of the CSU Rams. That is the Colorado State University Rams. For people who don't know, Colorado State University Rams. The charges come after FCPS investigated more than 7,000 threats made against Blackburn online. That's a whole lot of threats. We don't condone the threats. I'll get into all that in a second here, though. Let me finish reading what the writer had to say. Blackbird was scrutinized during the continuous Rocky Mountain Showdown in 2023. He hit University of Colorado star Travis Hunter during the game after the play was over, resulting in Hunter being taken to the hospital for injuries. Now, as you can see, there's a tweet right there. We're going to catch him when he visits home. We're going to hurt that bleed, you know what I mean? So we don't encourage that, though. After the game, FCPS Crimes Against Persons detectives began investigating the threats, taking more than 100 hours of investigating to survey all of the threats. During that time, Hunter and Blackburn met up and posted images on social media of them making peace with one another, with each other. Even CU's head coach Deion Sanders made public statements denouncing the threats of violence and death to Blackburn by CU Buff fans. FCPS did not release the names or of the 4 minors cited for their alleged crimes and did not immediately release the name of the adult charged. CBS News Colorado has reached out to FCPS seeking more information on the identity of the adult charge and will update this story when that information is obtained. Now, this is at Henry Blackburn. You should have been tossed. You'll get lit up as soon enough. Payback is you know what I'm saying? That's somebody tweeting at him. Chief Jeff Swoda said he understood that sporting events will come with strong emotions, but said his agency will not tolerate threats of violence. CBS News Colorado has reached out to CSU Athletics for comment on the story, and it responded by saying the 2 student athletes have clearly and publicly put this issue behind them. Threats of violence against student athletes are never appropriate in collegiate football or any other sport. We appreciate that law enforcement has looked into this and is taking action in what investigators believe to be a serious cases. Okay. Now, I did play that, you know what I'm saying? I played a video, I made a video about, this hits and everything. And first off, it was a dirty hit where Henry Blackburn did to Travis Hunter. Um, However, there was 4 minors and 1 adult, 5 people in total that have been arrested because they made threats to him recently. Now, this is all old. Travis Hunter did take Henry Blackburn, is from Colorado State University, which gave Travis Hunter the hit from Colorado University. He took them out, and they made peace. They went hanging out, bowling, pizza, just doing what college students do. However that may be, he did make peace with him. Like, look, I know it was just all part of the game. I don't condone the violence or the threats that's against you. Neither do I. I don't condone the threats or anything against the young man Henry Blackburn. I will say that I didn't like what Travis Hunter did. I did not like it. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it one bit what he did. I mean, after the dirty hit or whatever, you want to take somebody out. And I think it was bigger than what the way I was looking at it. You know, me, I'm looking at it from a enraged player and part of the game. And Travis was looking beyond that. And you got to give that young man respect for that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was looking at it like, look, this is bigger than just me and football. I have a chance to open up some eyes here. And he did the mature right thing. I'm not gonna lie. He did. You know, round of applause to Travis. He did. And it's all old and it's under the rug or whatever. But as y'all know, there's a Coach Prime, the show that's been on Amazon. So these things have been resurfacing. A lot of things been resurfacing from last season, and you know, some people acted out on it again. The threats against Henry Blackburn is out of the question. However, I did want to take this moment to not only, you know, read y'all a story about the 5 people who got arrested for making threats to somebody about a football game. I wanted to take this moment and I wanted to teach. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take this moment and turn it into something different and talk about, once again, targeting versus helmet to helmet. As you can see on the screen right now, you see a body target and you see two helmets colliding, helmet to helmet. Okay, there's a difference between the two. Now, there is a fine line, and it's a very fine line, especially how hard it may be for a defensive back or just anybody on defense to make a tackle against someone on the offense nowadays in collegiate football or in professional football. It's very hard to not make this happen. Now, see, back in the day, that's all we did. We raved about contact and we collided a bunch of times with our head back in the day. However, you know, studies nowadays have shown that brain injuries happen and they're trying to stay away from a lot of this stuff in football. You know, they're trying to keep people's brains healthy, bodies healthy, and taking away a lot of the hits, which I understand. But however, it's just a physical sport. It just is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And things are, sometimes accidents happen. And some of these kids get caught for targeting, even when it's not targeting. And helmet to helmet and targeting is two different things. Now, if you did see the hit that Travis Hunter took playing Colorado State University, the safety Henry Blackburn, when he hit him, the play was over with. He lacerated Travis Hunter's liver. He lacerated Travis Hunter's liver on that play. He was out for 3 weeks after that hit. It was dirty. It was a late hit. And there was a penalty for unnecessary roughness, late hit, and that's all he got. There was no suspension from the NCAA. There was nothing else about that at all. And it was a bad hit. You know what I mean? Just clearly was. The ball had dropped already. Shador Sanders dropped back through a pass. And the ball had already passed. He wasn't even trying to play the ball. Had the safety from Colorado State University, Henry Blackburn, played the ball, he probably could have intercepted it, or he could have, you know, at least batted it. He didn't have to hit him, but he did anyway. Anyhow, it was a heated rivalry game. You know, stuff like that happens as part of football, right? But the NCAA just has gotten this wrong so many times, and especially in the Pac-12. They were one of the worst conferences on this helmet to helmet versus targeting calls. They were one of the worst. And when you let someone get away with it like that, NCAA, like Henry Blackburn, and we try to say that race and doesn't have anything to do with sports and racism doesn't have anything to do with sports. But however, sometimes people have to understand that the way that when you systematic do things, the way that there is systematic racism, right? And when things like this happen, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And I'm just being honest. That's what it looks like. Because number one, Henry Blackburn, he happens to be a Caucasian football player, right? And he did not get suspended for putting a hit on a African American superstar, known countrywide. Travis Hunter, I'm sure everybody know who Travis Hunter is right now. He's one of the best football players in the country, right? And that's what it looks like, right? Because of the color of their skin, right? And he didn't get suspended. He just didn't. You got people like Bear Alexander. There was a gentleman from it's happened a lot all over all over in college football. The call has happened to many people. I'm just thinking of people that games I can remember off top right now. Okay. Bear Alexander for USC. He was a transfer from Georgia lineman. He got a call for targeting, and it wasn't. He's a defensive lineman, big old 290, 200, 300 something pound guy running. He can't stop on a dime. He's big, you know what I mean? And he hit the quarterback, and they called him for targeting. It happened in the against Michael Penix Jr. Washington versus Arizona State game. Michael Penix Jr. is rolling out. As you know, he's fast enough to run, and there was a linebacker who come up and hit him. Now that play honestly looked like it was more malicious, but even still, he's a full head of steam. Michael Penix is kind of ducking away. He runs into him. It's a targeting penalty. In my opinion, that play there was a helmet to helmet. You know what I mean? It was like more or less targeting, because it looked like that. He was coming for him. He knew he was coming with bad intent to hit Michael Penix. He took it, but however, I didn't think it caused for ejection. I just didn't think it called for him to be ejected out of the game, suspended for a game or a half a game. However, the NCAA does that. They normally do a half a game. I didn't think that he deserved that. Neither did Bear Alexander. He didn't deserve to be suspended for a half a game, neither. You know what I mean? And that wind up hurting his team the next week, you know, going into the next game. Bear Alexander not being on that defensive line hurt USC. And Henry Blackburn, no punishment came to him about that. See, you have to treat these things equally. And the NCAA has to see, not if, even if they don't see that, the conferences have to see that this can be rolled into a totally different message. You know what I mean? The Pac-12 should have handled this a lot better, even if the NCAA missed it. Now the Pac-12 commissioner and the conference commissioner should have picked that up, looked at it, and said, "You know what? We have to do something here." Even though they're in the Mountain West Division, Colorado State University, they should have looked at that and said, "Look, we have to give him some kind of consequences for the game." Nothing was really done about it, and fans were mad about it, and that's understandably. But not to be threatening anybody's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't agree with that. Don't try to take nobody's life for something that happened on the football field. If you want to say something to them, say something like, "Yeah, I hope you get smacked the next game on a football field," or whatever else. Talk your smack, but going as far as threatening a young man's life, even for the dirty hit, like, that's just overboard. But something could have had been done better than what they did. They dropped the ball on this, and when you do that and you leave this open, there's a whole nother conversation to be had about this, because to African American people, that's exactly what it looks like out here. See, I'm just saying things that people are thinking, but they may not be saying, and I'm saying it as nice as I can. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be saying it in a totally different manner. And when you drop the ball on something like this, now you got the system working for you like that. Like, okay, now if the other players are getting threatened, I'm sure there's mad other players that get threatened about, plays and touchdowns and everything else. You know what I mean? Black kids been getting threatened since the age of time. You know what I mean? Since you can go back, I don't want them N-words scoring touchdowns. We'll hang you, your mom, blah, 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 blah. And ain't nobody never got arrested for shit. You know what I'm saying? Even still now today, it's happened to people. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? So just don't pull certain tactics out for certain people. If you're gonna do it, treat all these athletes the same. You know what I'm saying? Look at them as just that, athletes, because there's a lot of people getting threatened. It just ain't Henry Blackburn. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there getting threatened of what they're doing because of their athletic abilities. And when you're dropping the ball like that, it's just it makes it look like that, period, man. And look, I'm like I said, I'm just speaking on what I know about the situation. I'm just speaking and saying things that other people may be saying, but just nicer. You know what I'm saying? I really am. I think I said that very well. I didn't make any, you know what I'm saying? I made it very clear and everything, but there is a huge difference between targeting and helmet to helmet. And we seen Shiloh Sanders been called for targeting when it was a helmet to helmet hit that, he really couldn't avoid. You know what I'm saying? And it goes on and on. The list goes on and on. Thank y'all for joining in. You make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, man. And make sure that y'all sharing the stream because we're going to get into some other topics tonight here. So keep on sharing it. Care how many times you got to do it. Make people come up in here and jump up in the live. All right. Let's get it. All right. Next one. Let's move on to the next topic here. Let's see what else I got. Oh, okay. So I'm going to talk about the Washington versus Michigan. Now, I talked about it on the David Talks Buff show. I talked about it. I made a video on it. I really should come back to this topic. I'm gonna wait until I see if we can get some more people up in this live to talk about this. So I'm gonna skip this just for now, just to make sure that we get more people in here because I really want to see what people really have to say about this game. So I'm gonna skip it for now, wait till we get some more people up here in there live, and then I'll come back to it if that's cool with everybody. But this is something that I definitely want to talk about right now, and this is Devin Haney right here. For those who don't know, this is the champ right now, man, lightweight champ, man, like awesome guy. He has been. So let me start off. Let me back on up a little bit. This is Devin Haney. He has a lot of belts in boxing, right? And to some people, such as one of our favorites, Floyd Mayweather, belts don't matter. The money matters more to him, you know what I mean, and everything else. Me, I tend to say, okay, yeah, the money matters, especially when you get your head knocked in and you know that you're gonna have some kind of brain injuries when you get older from boxing. That's a fact. That's a fact. You cannot avoid that unless you just have perfect defense and you're not getting touched in the head. But taking blows to the head the way they do in boxing with malicious intent and like the way they do, you're going to have brain injuries later on in life. That is a fact. They cannot avoid that in boxing. And so yes, it is important for them to get their money while they can. However, if you're going to fight, um, just me and knowing my fighting rules. Now I'm no boxing aficionado or anything like that, no boxing expert, but still, fighting the best matters. Not backing out of a fight matters. Raising championship belts matters. That means that you beat the best, you've boxed the best, and you're not ducking anybody. And that's exactly what Devin Haney is doing, not ducking anyone out there. Do you hear me? Bad man right here. And right now, Devin Haney is calling out people. How does the best in his division, he was the best at 135. Let's give all credit to Gervonta Tank Davis. He's a beast. Gervonta Tank Davis from Baltimore's a beast. But Devin Haney has all the belts. He went to 140, fought the champion in 140 in Regis Prograis, and beat him. He beat him. This was just recently. He beat him. And not only did he beat him, Devin Haney made him look like he cannot box. And Regis Prograis got a mean left hand, and he's a rumbler. He can fight. Now Devin Haney's writing up contracts and sending them out to people, the best. Shakur Stevenson is one of the best at this weight division. Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the best. Ryan Garcia is one of the best. What is it? Lomachenko? He's one of the best at their division. He sent paperwork to all these boxers saying, come on, fight me. I'll put up the belt. Whatever. I just want to fight you. Now, there's people turning them down, which I get, because they believe that making money is the most thing, is very important. There's a lot of people turning them down. I didn't like Gervonta Davis turning them down. However, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors in boxing, But when somebody calls you out for a fight and you're a fighter, a professional fighter, and this fight makes sense, this fight would be one of the biggest fights in a decade, period. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to say that I know it would. Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, there would not be a loser in this fight, period. It just can't be. It's that good. It's one of those type fights where you say, we can't do this one time. It got to be the best of three. So if somebody wins one, then someone other ones and wins another, we got to fight a third time. That's one of these fights with these two individuals because they're that good. However, Gervonta Tank Davis just has some kind of legal troubles. He's just getting back into the boxing scene. And it seems like he doesn't want to make the fight happen with Devin Haney. Devin Haney's not ducking him. He's reached out to a lot of people, and he's his camp. Devin Haney's dad, Bill Haney, is his boxing coach or whatever, his manager. And they've reached out to Gervonta Tank Davis' team, and they said, look, let's make this happen. Let's make this happen to you. You got his Javonte's team, Leonard Ellaby and all them, and Floyd Mayweather. They're saying, oh, well, you got to talk to Tank. And Tank's coach is like, oh, well, you got to talk to Leonard Ellaby. And this is like a back and forth thing. And it's like, come on, man. And here you go. You got a guy by the name of Ryan Garcia. I don't know if you're familiar with the name Ryan Garcia, but he's a boxer. You know what I mean? Like, look, it's not somebody I don't know if I'll hang out with him. He seemed like a cool guy, but he got hurt. He lost to Tank Davis. He was the guy that took the kidney shot and went down against Gervonta Tank Davis. He was the guy that went down. And Ryan Garcia grew up in the suburbs, nice family. He learned how to box. He's under Oscar De La Hoya, one of our greatest right now. And that's who he boxes under, the Golden Boys. He accepts the fight with Devin Haney, even though he lost to Gervonta Tank Davis. And when you fight the best, that is legacy, whether you lose or win. Because to me, that says I didn't back down out of a fight. I did not back down when anybody called me out. When he called out me, I accepted the fight. I want to fight you. I want to fight the best. And you have to respect that out of somebody. You know what I'm saying? You have to respect that, because one thing like that you learn in life, period, point blank, is that when you're fighting anyone, you have to stand up for yourself. Whether you lose or whether you win, you're going to gain the respect of that individual that you fought, period, point blank, because you didn't back down, right? We all were taught that. Now, I know it's different and when you're a professional. However, that narrative has to change. How many losses don't matter. Did you go into the fight wanting to fight this individual? Did you or did you not? That matters. And you can't be biased with certain people and say, okay, black boxers have a tough time. Let's just be honest, have a tough time with taking losses unless they're undefeated. When they lose a lot of revenue. People don't want to watch them. That has to stop. You have to support them regardless. Because if you're 26-1 or if you're 32-1, you're still a great boxer. You're still a great boxer. You didn't get knocked out. You lost by decision. But you knocked out 33 other people. And in your 34th fight, you lost. But it was by decision. That's okay. That's cool. That's why I said there's no real loser in a fight like Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Even if one of those lose, they don't lose fans. They don't lose revenue. They don't lose their legacy. They don't lose anything. Let's run it back. Let's do this again. Best out of 3 fights. But Ryan Garcia stepping up to Devin Haney, and he knows that you can't beat Devin Haney, but he wants to fight the best. And that's heart. He like, I want to be great. And I think and I believe I can give you a run for your money, Devin. If you don't knock me out, Devin, I can take this and I could probably get a decision and win out of you. And you got to respect that from somebody like that, you know? And then when you got Gervonta Tank Davis from Baltimore, and that's one of my favorites. He done sucked me back into boxing and watching it and everything. And then when he turned on a fight from Devin Haney, I'm like, no, Tank, no, you gotta fight him. You gotta fight him, Tank. Gervonta Tank Davis, you gotta fight Devin Haney. Not only for you got to, this is for y'all respect. Y'all gonna run the numbers through the roof. But this is for the respect of y'all division. There's no loser at all. There is no loser in this fight. If y'all just now joining in, make sure that I hit that like button. Y'all come up in here, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure y'all share everything. Everybody get up in here. If you just joining in, we're talking about Devin Haney, the champ, and who should Devin Haney be fighting. You can get down in the comments. Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney is the fight that should be happening. Now, I know, from a fan's point of view, and you're like, oh, yeah, I want to see this fight happen because it's the biggest fight in boxing, right? But there's no loser. There is no loser in this fight. There is not any loser in that fight. And as history's shown, you have people, like Ryan Garcia that fought many people and they lost, or like Oscar De La Hoya, he's fought a lot of people and he's lost. You know what I'm saying? And he still went down in the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest boxers of his time, right? And but it does not happen with a lot of African American boxers. Let's just be real, right? But that is changing now today. Because like I said, it has to change. And I think it's going to change. You take an L, you take an L. But did you stand up and take the fight from this person? Shakur, the best to me right now, and I gotta say Ryan is one of the best because his heart, his tenacity, and his readiness to box anybody at any given time in his division, you gotta give him that. Ryan Garcia, well, the best first. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis, and yeah, and that's my top three right now. Them is my top three. Oh yeah, Shakur Stevenson. Y'all gotta fight. They gotta fight each other. You gotta fight each other, man. You gotta get this. You gotta get the eyes back on this sport. Money gonna go through the roof. Every boxer in every weight class through the world knows that those four guys are the guys that can throw down, and they're all in like the 135, 140 division. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they fight at like that weight. They know that. Everybody knows that. Those four, come on, man, make it happen, man. Make it happen. And because if not, like, you can't back down. You ain't from the burbs, man. Shakur, you from Jersey. You ain't from the burbs, man. Tank Davis, and look, that brother doing some good things out there in Baltimore. The GTD construction thing, he done brought his old neighborhood back. Round of applause for him for doing that. That's excellent. He became Muslim. He recently became Muslim. He went over to Islam, and you gotta, give him props for everything. But you from B-more, dog. You can't be backing down out of no fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't back down. Because then when you accept the fight, then it's like, oh, well, why? What's the terms? Just take the fight, man. You always, your legacy is always, because your legacy is always going to say, I made all the bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I boxed him, but I didn't back down. When Devin Haney said this, or when Devin Haney called me out, I backed up to him. And right now, Devin Haney as a champion, there's no reason why he should be looking for people to fight. People should be lining up to fight him. And the only one right now is Ryan Garcia. Like, that's why you got to say Ryan Garcia is the man right now. Honestly, because he the only one that stepped up. You mean to tell me the dude from the dude from Jersey, Shakur Stevenson, ain't step up? You mean to tell me Gervonta Tank Davis ain't step up? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all put some respect on that, on Devin Haney's name. Because when you a champion and you reaching out to fight people, you looking for to fights, that's crazy. Something in that is totally different, right? So, and I just wanted to talk about that. And I don't know what y'all got up on that, man, but I'm going to go back to the last slide because now I got some people up in here in the live. The link to the show is in the chat right now. Washington and Michigan. Who y'all got, man, out of Washington and Michigan? Like I said, I'm rocking with Michigan in this game because I've seen what the Big Ten do. The Big Ten play bully ball. They run the ball well. Then they go ahead into the passing game, a lot of play action, you know what I'm saying, and getting things rolling after the run is rolling. their offensive line is different, their defensive line is different, and both teams have struggled with stopping the run um in games. As y'all seen, Bama get loose on them a little bit, but they did shut that down a lot. I just don't think that. And Washington's offensive line is a good offensive line. There is some pro talent on there, but Michigan's defense and their linebackers is totally different, and we'll see what's going on with that. I do think that Michael Penix Jr. will play his best game, and he'll be a little bit of a difference maker for Washington. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think so. But I do got Michigan getting at them, man. They're a totally different team this year. That defense, when you got to watching Washington's defense, right? Washington's defense, I mean offensive line, right? They struggled with Arizona State University, and I know that's a Pac-12 game, and last year with the Pac-12 was this year. But when you watch that film, you see that they had weak areas up the middle. Arizona State played them very, very tough. Now, I think this happened. I can't remember what was it back in like week 7 of college football. Arizona State at the time was 1-6, and you got Washington at 6-0. You can go back and watch it yourself, and then you can say, okay, yeah, Chubby was right. So when you seen the weak areas with Washington's offensive line, they attacked that right up the middle. They came up the middle. They were very efficient in stopping the run, stopping Dylan from getting going. They got the Michael Penix. He turned the ball over a couple of times that game. It was Arizona State's game to win. Arizona State, they really lost that game. They lost that game. The game was in their hands. Washington did everything they could to try to give that game to them, which was a low scoring bout, and they wound up beating them. Washington wound up coming back and beating them as they should have, but Arizona State University plays very physical, and they really gave them a run for their money. And I'm sure that a lot of teams went back and watched that film because that's when they were most vulnerable. However, Washington has gave the ball up and made bad plays and turned the ball over in clutch games. However, the teams just never capitalized on those mistakes when they had the opportunities to score against Washington. They did not. Like when Oregon lost to them, the very first time they lost to them, they gave Oregon the ball, gave them a chance. Oregon did not capitalize on that. They didn't. However, Michigan is not the team that will not capitalize. They will turn turnovers into some kind of points. They did not play Alabama their best at all. That was not their best game. Despite what some of the talking heads might have said and that their characteristics in Michigan, that was not their best game when they played Alabama. I'm telling y'all that right now. When you want to go and look at one of their best games, even though it might have been on air quote one of college football's worst teams, you want to go look at the Michigan State tape. When you go look at the Michigan State tape, what Michigan played when they played them, that was a very sound Michigan Wolverine team executing, being in the right spots at time. And look, that game had a couple penalties in it too, but their offense ran very efficiently. The defense played very well. They wound up stomping a mud hole in them. I'm just being honest. That's what Michigan does when they play their best. And I'm sure you're going to see that for the national title because I think that they want to send Harbaugh out with being a champion. They want to send their head coach out with being a champion. He's been very great in Michigan, even though the whole scandal thing's going on. But I think just the way that the Michigan alumni is and the way that school is, it's a little overwhelming for them. I don't know if they're going to keep him around. To me, it's not a big deal. It's not baseball. You know what I mean? If you steal in signs and somebody signs in baseball, then you can, react to that. But, football, come on, man. You still got to stop them. It's physical. But anyhow, they're going to send him out. And you got to look at Michigan's weaknesses. There's not very many of them. You honestly would say that stopping Blake Corum gives you the best chance of beating Michigan. And I still think I thought it did because I did not think that J.J. McCarthy was as good as he played. I did not give him credit. And I would be one of the people to tell y'all, look, I did not say that because we all talked about how bad the Big Ten was, not really looking at how the worst teams is. And I made a very good point. If the Big Ten was so bad, then why is some of Indiana's offensive line one of the worst teams in the Big Ten? They're scattered around. They went to some decent or very good football teams because they're physical and they were a good offensive line. and they played against some of the best defensive lines, right? Okay, so that tells you a little bit of something about them. And they don't have any weaknesses. You say put the the ball in JJ McCarthy's hands, he'll eat you up. He's good when he needs to be. He makes the plays when he needs to make the plays, and that's exactly what JJ McCarthy does. He goes into Brady mode, literally. He literally goes into that mode and balls out. As y'all all seen what Tom Brady had to say about him, which is no, I mean, you could take it as hyping JJ McCarthy up, but you seen that if you watch Michigan play. And if you haven't, go back and watch when they played the best, Penn State, when they played Ohio State, when they just now came back in a game that they probably should have lost, but the resilience in them and the non-quit factor in them beat Alabama in one of their worst games. He came back and played a game. All right. So look, man, big up to Washington for making it all the way up there. Like I said, once again, I don't think that it's going to be a blowout, but I do got Michigan in this game. They're different. They're different. They are different. Their trenches is unstoppable. Juggernaut status. Once they get rolling, they get rolling. All right. And y'all gonna see. And y'all gonna see. And then y'all gonna see how Blake Corum is too. He's a different running back too. And he's only underranked because of his size. Let me just be honest with y'all. Because he's not a 6'1", 225-pound running back, 230-pound running back. That's why he's not. But I'm telling you, Blake Corum is different. He's different. And y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Watch. Y'all gonna see. Um, but if anybody got anything to say in the chat, look, the link to the show is in the chat. I'll keep on saying that. Make sure that y'all sharing this and getting this out there. Everybody got some more topics to talk about. You ain't got to worry about your face being on there. Just be like you calling in to the show. You know what I mean? Just only be your audio or get this chat bumping. Let's get this chat going. Let's get some of this conversation going. Who do y'all have out there with, you know what I mean? I want to know who y'all have. I want to answer some questions as the show goes on, you know. So go ahead, hit me on any other topics that we already talked about. Like I said, we talk about helmet to helmet versus targeting, the 5 kids that made some threats to Henry Blackburn, which we don't condone at all. The hit that took place on Travis Hunter, it was old and everything, but it's resurfaced because of the Coach Prime show. We talked about Devin Haney and who Devin Haney should be fighting right now. Who do you think? We've also went through the Washington and Michigan game, and I gave y'all my take on that and everything. So come on, we got some. Y'all don't be afraid to get down in there and type some questions. Whatever you got, ain't nothing stupid. Nothing nobody can absolutely say can be dumb or stupid. Don't be shy to go ahead and jump down there. You know, I always get a lot of people watching, and then not enough people in the chat. But that's okay though. You could just tune in and you could share the show and just roll along with me. I appreciate the views and I appreciate the support anyhow. So I wanted to take a quick look at the transfer portal real quick. And I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna go through the list that's on 24/7 Sports. Now, any and everybody can do this, but I just want to take a live look at this and I want to see what some of these teams are doing around college football. Let me go ahead and refresh this and I'm gonna get this pulled up right now. As y'all can see on my screen right now, this is 27 Sports that's here, or I'll make it bigger and I'll make myself smaller here. Let me see if I can make that happen for y'all real quick. See if I can make that a little bit bigger so y'all can see that screen a little bit better. Okay, that should be good. Now I'm in the bottom right corner, but y'all can see the screen better. Now this is, like I said, this is 24/7 Sports. This is the transfer portal, and this is what the teams are doing around college football right now as we speak. Right, as you see, Colorado's in second place. You have Ole Miss in first place. You got Texas A&M in third place. Okay, so the team, then you got the total of the commits right here. And then you have their 5-star athletes, how many they have, 4-star, 3-star. Y'all get the picture, right? Y'all get what's going on here, right? Now, however, I do want to say that this average here pays attention to the quality of player they have. Now, you can have a lot of players, and be ranked at like Say for instance, let's see what Colorado's at right now. They have 4 6-star athletes, 12 3-star athletes. Their average quality of athlete is like 88.5. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? There's some development that's going on. However, I kind of do want to kill what a lot of people are saying about the whole him not building for a future thing. He may be there for a while because there's a lot of people that he grabbed up out of the portal that have 3 years left of eligibility, meaning that they have a lot of development, and that's where a lot of those 3 stars come in at. They still got a lot of development, and that is building for the future. Whether you want to say that, believe that or not, that is, you know what I mean? That's part of grabbing a future talent to go with your team and develop those guys too. Okay. Um, but when you get to looking at like how Ole Miss is, right? Ole Miss has 12 commits. They got 1 5-star commit. They got 5 4-star commits. They got 6 3-star commits. Their average player that they're grabbing out of the portal is 90.3. That is outrageous to what they already got going on right now. That's crazy, y'all. I'm telling y'all that's crazy right now. And I'm not. I'm gonna scroll down the list and I'm gonna just pick random teams because y'all can see the order that they're in. But I do want to say that what Ole Miss already has going on right now, they have the potential of being the top dog in the SEC. Ole Miss, Missouri is coming up right now in the SEC, and it's looking unreal right now because look, they only got, like I said, they got 12 commits, right? 12 commits, an average of 90.3. That's crazy. That's like, look, I'm telling you, man, that's a lot. And then you got Colorado second. They got an average of 88.5. Texas A&M, number 3. As y'all can see, they got 14 commits and they at a average of 89.5. They'll Colorado and Texas A&M have a lot of commits, right? They got a whole lot of commits to be right there at second and third place. Now, you see how Louisville is 20 commits. That's a whole lot of commits. They not getting a lot of quality players out of the portal, according to statistics, though. According to statistics, and I'm just speaking from the statistics that I have in front of me, and y'all see why, because they have 20 commits. They have only 3 4-star athletes, according to 24/7 Sports, and they have 14 3-star athletes. And the average is 87.8. Well, we'll say 88. Okay, they're like at 88. They got 20 commits though. You got 20 people out of the portal. That's not looking good. And to be honest, like, you got to question a little bit, like, okay, Colorado, but they got to go heavy in the portal. A team like Louisville doesn't need to go that heavy in the portal. You know what I'm saying? Texas A&M, they don't need to go that heavy in the portal. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they do. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, they do, because a lot of people just left Texas A&M. But like Louisville, no, man, y'all ain't got to go that heavy in the portal. You didn't get your whole team out of the portal last year. That's not promising. Now, okay, this is something real good to look at right here to me, right? You got USC, right? They're at number 8 right now on the list. I'm not worried about them being at a 50, but I really like what USC is doing, and this is statistically wise and player wise. And I want y'all to take a look at this. They got 4 4-star athletes, 4 3-star athletes, and they have an average. You know what I'm saying? They have an average quality of player as a 90. We'll say 90. That's 0.5, 89.5. We can go 90, take the 5, round it up. All right. Now, they're grabbing guys. This is the guy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, they got UCLA, John Humphrey, cornerback. Grab the running back from Mississippi State. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, grabbed another guy from Mississippi State, cornerback, the Carlos Nicholson. You know what I mean? Like, they went and got some players, man. They went and got some players. And that's very good for SC. Very good for SC. That's no slight for SC, man. Let me get somebody. Let me pull up some of my fans' favorite teams. I didn't see Clemson on here making any splash moves. Missouri. Remember Missouri? I was just talking about Missouri. I just was talking about Missouri. They got 7 commits in the portal. They got an average quality of player as a 90.3. Even though they're not at the top of the list, number one, number two, don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that. A lot of people right now out there are getting caught up in, oh, we're in first and we're in second place in the portal. Like, yeah, but are you getting quality players? Or are you just going out there grabbing people, just any old whoever? You know what I'm saying? Are you really going out there and just grabbing anybody up out of the portal or what? Like, what's going on with that? Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Kentucky is going to be a different football team next year. They're going to be different. And I'm gonna click on them and I'm gonna show y'all why. They got 7 commits. They're at a 89.43.4 and as a quality of player. I think that's a bunch of I don't think that's the truth. Because why? Because they got a 4-star linebacker from Georgia, Jamon Dumas Johnson. They got him from Georgia. They got Trip Chainham, the running back from Ohio State. Did y'all think he was a 4-star, or do y'all think he's worth way more than that? Going to University of Kentucky. I think he's worth more than that. I've seen him ball. He can run that rock. He's relentless. Bo Allen, 3-star quarterback, nice little backup quarterback right there. I think so. Jalen Farmer, the interior offensive lineman, 3-star from Florida, from the Gators. I think he should be up a little bit more on that. But hey, Brock Vandergrift, him right here, this is a 5-star quarterback. I'm telling y'all that right now. He's going to change the SEC. The SEC is going to be very competitive next year. And like that's because of all the talent going around and going around. And Brock Vandergrift, Georgia letting him go, I know that hurt the Bulldogs. I know that hurt the Bulldogs. But they not giving them the chance. I don't know why they got some biasness going on down there in Georgia to where they don't want to give certain players shots. I don't understand that, man. I just don't, because he should be starting. He should be starting down there right now. You got Jamori Macklin, wide receiver from Northern Texas. You know what I mean? Ramon Contrell, wide receiver from Texas A&M. They went and got some ballers, man. Kentucky is going to do their thing. And I just wanted to pull this up. I'm not going to sit here and go through every last team, but when we're looking at this, we have to make sure that we're paying attention of the quality of player and not getting caught up in, oh, we're in first or we're in second place, we're in third place. No, that don't matter. That don't matter, because you got, like I said, the average quality of your player you're grabbing up out of the portal is at what, a 90, and you could go down the list and you could find another 90 at Missouri that's sitting in 17, 90.3. They should be in first, right? No, but they're not, because they don't got a lot of commits. You know what I'm saying? But they're going in there and getting the players they need. Let's look at Washington. They're at 89.4. You know what I mean? That's another one. You get to looking at like some of the Big 12 competition for Colorado next year and what they're doing. You know, they're Houston at an 87 in a portal right now. The average player they're grabbing up out of there. Keep going, like TCU, all those guys. Like, look, Oregon, you know, and that people getting caught up in being first and second place, that don't matter. That does not matter. And I'm gonna keep saying that, and I'm gonna keep jamming that and letting people know that that does not matter. The quality of player coming out of the portal is what is important and matters the most. Who are you grabbing? Are you grabbing players that's worth it, or are you just going in there and just grabbing whoever, trying to get depth or whatever? You know what I mean? Now let's grant it. Colorado has grabbed some good guys out of the portal. They have, but their competition, looking around at their competition in the Big 12, their competition has picked up some dogs out of the portal too. I've been paying attention to that. They have absolutely grabbed some dogs out of the portal, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting season next year. You know, everybody's always good on paper. You know what I mean? Everybody's good. Everybody's the best on paper until they hit the field and you start seeing the records and what coaches can make the best of the situation that's going on, and so forth and so on. However, I honestly think that, like, we have to you have to consider the fact, and I know we talked about it before. Colorado University not having a defensive coordinator at the moment announced. You know, I don't know if it's a big deal, because he could be there working there or not. but it's a big deal that they lost one. And I told y'all why before, because now these players have to learn a new defense. That is important. That's a hurt piece. They will be fine. I'm sure. I'm sure they'll be fine. By the people they're bringing in and the staff that they have, I'm sure they'll be fine. But that hurts, and that sets the defense back. Realistically, it does. I know it's not something that a lot of people want to hear, especially a lot of my listeners and watchers want to hear, but it's the truth. And that's what I'm here to provide you with. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. It is a problem. You got to remember, these are young adults, young men. They need that. This is not the NFL where you plugging in and they're professionals. They are still being developed in their set positions, developing their game to get to a pro level, right? We all agree on that. So it matters for them to have some kind of stability where they're at. You know what I mean? And them getting used to Charles Kelly and now him leaving abruptly, going to Auburn for whatever reason, but that hurts the defense because they need that stability there in order to learn a defense, have that connection to their coach. You know what I mean? Now that's gone. So now they got to rebuild another relationship with somebody else. That's why it'd be good to have somebody who's already there, run that, to be honest, because of that. Just what I said, the consistency in these young athletes, you know what I mean? These young men out there. That's why that's important. And look, you can look at it in a whole bunch of other ways and say that, they could bring in whatever mastermind there is. They still have to learn this new defense, and time is ticking. And how quick will they learn this defense? We seen what happened in a Charles Kelly defense and how long it took for them to get up in there. She said, I'm not up on I'm not up. Gotta cut. I'm not up on college ball, but I learn from you every episode. That's what's up. That's what's up, Auntie. That's what's good. And I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna show you. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like Colorado, that it's important for them to get this defensive coordinator in there, and for these players to have this stability there and to learn this defense quickly as possible. It's very important for that. It is, y'all. And they need to getting to know their team and everything, because it sets them back just a little bit. Let's be real. The talent that's in the defensive back and the talent that's in that room will have to learn on the fly. They'll have to learn really quick and be on it really quick and be prepared. I do want to say that Alton McCaskill looking good, looking great. Y'all go check out his Instagram. Go check out his YouTube page. Alton McCaskill, Alto. You know what I mean? ALTO. You know what I mean? McCaskill. It's a beast. It's a beast. Um, he's been working very hard in the off season, going at it. And look, I think that he's about to go off. I think he's about to go off this year. That line is revamped. One or two pieces out there right now. That in the portal that I think they should be looking at as offense and defensive lineman. I did have some names written down and pulled up. I did have some names, but as we go on and I move on, oh yeah, there was as we go on and move on, and if I see it as I'm going, I'll mention those names for those offensive linemen. But there's definitely some people out there that they should be looking at in the portal right now for offensive line help. I'll bring up one name, Josh Atkins from Hawaii, 6'4" and a half, 308 pounds, offensive lineman from Hawaii, Josh Atkins. I think they should go ahead and grab him. Number one, Alton McCaskill retweeted his picture and say he's a dog. So they have some kind of relationship. He must know what this guy can do, obviously. Or he has some kind of connection to him. And whatever case that is, you got to have that. You got to love that. Go and try to grab him, Colorado. And Colorado can't grab everybody out the portal, but they should go and grab this offensive lineman. They need help there. They need more depth. and they still need to build that offensive line up because there's some questionable picks on there on the offensive line. I question strongly. The only one I really got is Jakari Walker from UConn. He's the only one where I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I always lose people watching when I got something that they don't want to hear about Colorado, which is a shame, but whatever. And those who don't, change, that's cool too. But I always get people pop up. My numbers just went down as soon as I mentioned something about Colorado's offensive line not being at their best. I promise y'all. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I am not here to lie. I will not do that. All right. I will keep it real myself. Basketball. Let's talk college hoops. Now, this is an area where I am still learning. I am doing my absolute best in college basketball. I am going to go through the Associated Press's top 25 as quickly as possible. And I'll just go through and we'll just look at it. Okay. As y'all can see, y'all got it pulled up, the Associated Press. Let me get that pulled up a little bit bigger for you guys here. Um, this is the Associated Press's top 25 in basketball. If you want to know, or if you like any team, like if you got anything to say, go ahead and jump in the comments. This is the top 25. They got Purdue number 1, right? At 14-1 overall, 8-0 at home, 1-1 away. Like, but Houston is 14-0 and they're sitting at number 3. I think Houston should be number 1. I see no ball. And I think they should be number 1. UConn was the men's champion last year, but they got 2 losses. I don't really think that hurts too much. But we need to start paying attention at basketball, and I'm learning more about college basketball. All right, I'm learning more about not just who's good, who can shoot threes, who can make buckets, who drops points. I'm learning the defensive side of basketball, how important that is, and having a bench and having just the little things like how quickly an offense can get set, how quickly a defense can get set, and not just the flashy things like fast breaks and dunks. So I'm definitely learning a lot about the sport. I'm researching it. My youngest son loves the sport, and that's why I got into it a lot. And I'm soaking up the knowledge with this. All right. But I like I said, Houston, I really like Houston and what Houston got going on right now. And look, they're my number 1 team right now. They my number 1. Not only just because they're undefeated, I just like the attitude that whole team got, the swagger that team got, the way they ball. And it was I don't know, that interested me first, and then I was able to watch them and look at some of the things they do, like when they're setting up their offense and the way that they move the ball around, their defense. Like, it's just all that matters, man. And I really like what Houston got going on, man. I really do. Plus, the Jordan jerseys don't hurt neither. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, UConn at number 4. Look, that's not. Man, listen, UConn being at number 4, they got 2 L's. They should be a little bit further down with 2 losses, if you ask me. Tennessee at number 5, with 3 losses overall. Uh, you know, see, that's that kind of bias stuff. Kentucky at number 6, 2 losses. Marquette has 4 losses. They're at number 7. UNC number 8. Illinois number 9. Arizona number 10. Oklahoma is 11. BYU number 12. Okay. Colorado State University at number 13. Wow. That program is looking different now. I promise, when I make a video next week, make sure y'all hit that notification bell. When I make a college basketball video and I'm talking about them, I'm gonna have a decent little piece on Colorado State University basketball. Because they rose up out of the ashes. I don't know what's going on in the state of Colorado in basketball, but they done did something different up there down there. All right. Colorado got something going on right now. The women's basketball team, the men's basketball team, and Colorado State and the Mountain West balling out. And I'm gonna definitely have something put together for that, because that's crazy to me. and I heard a lot of good things about that basketball program. Duke at number 14, Memphis number 15 right now. Memphis getting Mikey Williams right now. Getting Mikey Williams back. I think he gets to get back in there. They got to throw him to the Wolves. I like the way that they got their three guard. Their three forward plays like a shooting guard. He could play like slash shooting guard forward, and then got the number 4 guard as that is the power forward. For those who don't know, I'm still learning. All right. Then you got the number 5, and then which is like the center. You know what I mean, of the team. Their bigs play a great ball down in Memphis. Their guards are a little inconsistent. All right. I think Mikey Williams brings consistency to that guard room. Once they get Mikey Williams eligible on that floor and balling with them guards, Memphis is going to shoot up. Watch out for them in the tournament because they're going to be a team to reckon with. I'm telling you that right now. Clemson, they took a L, tough one, but hey, look, it wasn't by that much. And look, you know what I mean? I think so. I believe so, right? They're at number 16. Florida Atlantic University at 17. Baylor at 18. James Madison 19. Texas at 20. Wisconsin 21. Ole Miss 22. Providence 23. Gonzaga 24. And Auburn at 25. Now, that's Big Ten ball on top in basketball. That's crazy right now. Purdue is going off right now. Like I said, I'm gonna have some more up on that. I definitely know more about Memphis because of Mikey Williams. I'm a huge fan of that young man. I didn't like the fact that he got caught up in that whole gun charge situation and everything else. I did not like that at all. But I wanted to just bring something up for these basketball fans, for those basketball fans that are out there. I didn't get no replies in the chat on basketball, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just keep it moving on to the next thing. Let's keep it moving out here. You heard me? All right. All right. Let's go. Now, it is time for Truckin Chubbzy. Not my NFL games of the week. Not my NFL picks of the week. It ain't my picks. Like, no. I only say that because I don't want to be responsible for nobody's picks. And I'm biased. I'm biased on a lot of teams. I like teams because my brother loves the Atlanta Falcons, for instance. I like the Falcons because of my brother. I like to pick the Falcons to win because of my brother. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I just keep it real. Like I said, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If I don't do nothing else at all, I am going to bring y'all facts. If I say something on this show on the internet, my responsibility is to bring y'all facts. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm speaking on something, it's a fact. I research a lot of everything that I'm talking about. I may don't pull it up on the screen a lot of the times, but everything I say is a fact. And if I can do one thing, that's exactly what I'm gonna do here on the fans' point of view is give y'all facts and tell y'all the truth and not hide nothing and be transparent with y'all. If I could do that, all right, because faking is just something a lot of people out here do, and it don't last long. The truth will set you free, and the truth is just a new way of doing things now. There ain't no point of fronting or nothing like that out in here no more. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? All right. Let me get this. I got it pulled up pretty good. All right. So first game we got the Texans and the Colts. All right, man. Wow. It don't really matter which one of those guys win right now. Win this, win and get in with them. But I think the Texans get in, the Colts go home in that game. All right. We all know that it's playoff time, implications and all that. The Jaguars and the Titans. The Jags, I think the Jags win that game. I'm not sure if they're gonna sit anybody or not, but I think the Jags get that. They get that win. The Lions and the Vikings, I think the Vikings get the game. I think the Lions go ahead and they sit people last game of the week. It's like this week should be really easy with a lot of people picking because some of these teams are going to sit their starters. There's no point in playing their starters. They already clinched playoff berth, first rounds or whatever. They like first round buys. So some of these guys are going to sit their teammates. Okay, the Falcons and the Saints. I'm going to I'm not look. I don't want to jinx his team, man. I really don't, because every time I pick the Falcons, they wind up losing. I promise you. So I'm gonna go with the Saints. But at heart, really for real, I want the Falcons to win because it's my brother's squad. But I'm going with the Saints. All right. So hopefully the Falcons pull that off. All right. Let's hope that happens. The Jets and at the Patriots. Uh this is a already playoff game. You know what I mean? They ain't really got nothing to play for right now. Neither one of them going to the playoffs. This is gonna be one of them good games y'all gonna get tomorrow. Whether y'all want to believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Early playoff game, if you will. Okay. They going all out last game of the season. Maybe see some people we haven't seen played all year. I would go with all right. It's kind of rough, but let's go ahead and go with the Patriots. All right, Patriots in that game. Buccaneers and Panthers. I think the Panthers honestly are not going to play anybody. They want that first round, try to get some help, get the best pick available. Buccaneers, man. All right. Like I said, the Browns already clear. They already got a playoff berth. It's a divisional game. They're not gonna take the risk of playing nobody against the Bengals. Man, the Bengals is gonna get that game easy. Packers and the Bears and the Packers. Ooh, I gotta go with the Packers, man. The season's almost over. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the last regular season game. I'm gonna go with the Packers in that game. All right, Packers. Let go, Pack, go. Cowboys and Commanders. Cowboys are going to sit their starters. Like I said, they should. They absolutely should. Last game of the season. So that therefore, Commanders fans be happy. Y'all get y'all one, unless y'all want to lose that game. But let's just say that I think the Cowboys. I don't. Go Commanders, man. Just for the hell of it. Broncos and the Raiders, man. The Broncos season has been promising. I will say that. The Broncos season has been promising. You've seen some future things going on. You know what they need out there right now. Obviously, they want a better quarterback up out there in Denver, and I think that they'll get one. Now, in this game, you want to roll with. That's why I want to roll with it. Is the Broncos. The Raiders has been playing excellent ball though, but I'm going with the Broncos. Sean Payton said we need to go out with a better record. The Eagles and the Giants in this game. The Eagles got a playoff spot. Look, it ain't where they want to be at right now in the playoffs. You playing a divisional opponent. Same thing with it's not worth, you know what I mean, getting nobody hurt. That shouldn't be. Go ahead and set the starters, Eagles. It's the only time I'm gonna pick up against y'all. I'm gonna go with the Giants in this game, all right? Seahawks and the Cardinals. The Seahawks are a much better team than the Cardinals. It's a divisional game. They know that opponent very, very, very well. Um, yeah, the Seahawks might be trying to move up a little bit, but look, it's a no lose. It's really a no win game for them too. So, but I'm still going Seahawks in this game. Okay, Rams and 49ers. The Rams went to put a beat on the 49ers. 49ers got everything all wrapped up. You know, they beat the best of the best this year. They lost to the best. Won a couple of best teams. I'm going with the Rams in this game for the simple fact they got to rest some of them people up for the playoffs, getting ready for that mode. And I'm gonna say that a lot of times. The Chiefs and the Chargers is tomorrow. One of the late games tomorrow. I don't know if the Chargers could beat the Chiefs backups. I don't know. Hoping that they do. But in this game, I will go with the Chargers, depending on who's starting and who's not. If you know what I mean, because I'm pretty sure Mahomes will be sitting tomorrow. And the Bills and the Dolphins. Now, this game means something. This game is going down. This is the game I was trying to get through this order and talk about right now. It's crazy because when I'm sitting here as a Steeler fan, I love my Steelers, and you see, and you got two AFC teams playing against each other. But when I'm such a huge fan of Josh Allen and the way that the Buffalo Bills play ball, like it's like, look, do they get in? If they win, you know what I mean? They could be helping us out. You know, if they lose, they could be helping us out. If they win, they're in. But look, I'm telling you, it's going down in Miami, but I got to go with the Bills in this game. I got to go with the Bills. I got to. I got to, man. I like the defense better. And I know Juju. The Dolphins is the squad. I know because that's your team, and I do like the Dolphins on what they got going on. However, the Dolphins are good, but they're just not ready, man. You know, it seems like when you take Tyreek out of the game as best as you can, getting into a, and they just be folding, man. Like, you know what I mean? You go putting up 70 points on the Broncos and then lose another games. Like, should nobody be able to? That offense is too high potency. Like, I don't know. It's too inconsistent in Miami. And I think they need to be more consistent. And until they lock it down and learn how to be more consistent, I think they had a hell of a regular season, but I think they probably gonna be like one of them teams that's gonna be going in the first round of the playoffs. Like, did I say that? Yes, I did. Bills. All the way Bills, man. And look, thank y'all for tuning in with me, man. I love all the support I'm getting up out there. I had a great show. I enjoyed the show today. If you missed anything on the show, feel free to replay it, man. It is okay to replay. Thanks for watching, and thank y'all for kicking it with me. Hopefully, we get some more people down there up in the chat. But I don't care because I had a lot more people watching me, and every week I'm just going up and up and up. You get 2 people watching, and going up to 5 people watching live, to going to 10. I don't care. I love y'all supporting those out there that are supporting me. I love it. I love kicking it with y'all. I absolutely do. Keep on supporting me, and I'm gonna keep on giving y'all the love, and I'm gonna keep on getting better every single week. I think the show was fun. I wish some more people would have probably called in, interacted a little bit, but hey, I enjoy doing this, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out my archives too. Sometimes, I got a whole bunch of videos on there. Let me know what's your favorite ones. Comment on the videos. Let me know how I'm doing, and what you may want to see more of. You know what I mean? Like, all opinions matter. I want to give the best me to you as best as I can, if that makes sense. Okay, you know what I mean? Want to give you what you want as best as I can. You know what I mean? And that I do. But man, look, I appreciate the support. I can't say that enough. Make sure that y'all watch my videos, man. I'm trying to get this watch hours up. I need these watch hours up so I get my YouTube monetization. And then I could drop videos every single day, because then I can do this more often rather than working. All right. He said, "Hello, sorry to bother you. I want to offer you promotion channels and da 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 da." That'd be great. If you want to give me channel, if you want to promote my channel and you want to offer me that, that would be great. You know what I'm saying? However, I am no millionaire with that, but I would love for you to do that. I would love for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that. Stop. Go ahead. Go ahead. Stop on sidearm. Do what you do, man. Promote me all you want to. I would love that. Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause. I would love it. You know what I'm saying? Email me at Truckin Chubbzy at Gmail. Any social suggestions, anything you want to send me, as far as videos or anything you want to hear my take on, whatever, or my opinion on it, because you might like what I have to say about a lot of things. Go ahead and email me, Truckin Chubbzy at, you know what I'm saying, Truckin Chubbzy. That's TRUCKINCHUBBZY at gmail.com. That is my work email for here. Until then, y'all, I want y'all to have a wonderful and prosperous weekend, a week. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe. Peace out.